Good afternoon, everyone. Let me remind you that now we are heading to the second session of the Sixth Forum for Success 2021 under the theme of Sustainable Success is Long-Term Impact. So for this moment, I would like to pay my higher respect to Dr. Kagum Hoon, founder, chairman of the Board of Trustees, and president of the University of Cambodia, to deliver the welcome and opening message.
On behalf of the University of Cambodia, let me extend a warm welcome to everyone, all participants, the speakers, the moderators, and of course the participants, the students. This year, the University of Cambodia is hosting the 6th Annual Forum for Success. It means that we have been organizing this Forum for Success in the past 5 years, and this year again we will continue to organize it. The theme on sustainable success with long-term impact. Of course, we can have many different perspectives on sustainable success and also the long-term impact. How we define success, what it means to us, each one of us, when we talk about success. Of course, this is an interactive discussion, so we can share the idea, to share the experiences, to share the understanding and the insights, particularly from the practical point of view, but also from the intellectual point of view. Success today can be a good experience for tomorrow. Successes in the past that we have achieved provides a very important background, but also important experience for us. Today's success could be tomorrow's challenge. So what is important for us is that how can we continue to create sustainable success year after year, or year after years, meaning that to remain, what we need to do, of course, to remain relevant, to stay resilient, and of course to make sure that what we do that will have short, medium, and long-term impact on the society, on the communities, on the different stakeholders. So for the Forum of Success, we encourage our students, our speakers, and our moderators to closely engage in the intellectual discussion and to have a good exchange of views, particularly in the spirit of learning. Of course, learning is not only doing today or yesterday. Learning is lifelong learning. For us at the University of Cambodia, we believe in the lifelong learning philosophy. So to stay success, meaning we have to keep making new successes day after days, months after months, year after years. And I think if we can maintain the momentum of the successes that we have made in the past, and we build new successes this year and next year. Of course, it takes creativity, it takes innovations, it takes strategy, and of course it takes a lot of stamina and energy. So I would encourage every participant to have an open mind and try to learn from each other during this the 6th Annual Forum of Success. With that, I give this hope that this Forum of Success will be a productive one, meaningful one, and that it will inspire everyone who will be involved, will be participating in this forum. I wish everyone good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for spending your valuable time with us in this moment. So before we move on to the second session of the program, I would like to seek for your cooperation for the entire of this program. Now, please allow me to say a few words about our webinar rules. Since we are live streaming on Facebook, our sixth forum for success, please take note that if you have any questions during the presentation, the comment section on Facebook is open, and you can write the name of the speaker you are addressing the question if you want. And during the Q&A part, all of your questions will be answered by our panels. So to kick off our program, I would love to introduce you to our guest speakers from School of Foreign Languages that we are having Ms. Prompine. She is a primary teacher at Trapeang Roka Primary School in Kondal Province. She is 2 years experience as a primary teacher. And ladies and gentlemen, how to overcome stress in our academic lives by Ms. Pina. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Prada Prasad, for inviting me. Yes, first of all, I would like to pay my high respect to Presidency, Deans, and lecturers of the University of Cambodia. And let me say good afternoon, all viewers who are watching live through our Facebook page. Yes, welcome to the University of Cambodia. This is my great honor to be one of the speakers in this amazing event, the Sixth Forum for Success 2021. And well, my name is Pumpine. I'm a student of foreign language. I'm a student of English language and literature of the School of Foreign Languages, UC Cambodia. Well, today I'm really excited to share my perspectives as well as my experiences with all of you. Of course, as a student, you may experience getting stressed, and as a result, it causes you get stuck with your study. So no worry. Today, I'm going to share you some tips to reduce your stress while studying and can also stimulate your study process more effectively. Yes, next slide, please. So no wonder my topic today is how to overcome stress in our academic life. Let's move to my guidelines, please. Yes, this is some guidelines that I'm going to raise up today. The first is introduction. I will talk a little bit related to stress, and second is about
blockchain said
the
about
company
and review
sources
the policy on teaching and implementation. Try the one to answer.
I would add one more coping mechanism. Both
yes,
students and
and
teachers.
Can you say again?
Coping.
second is about common sources.
Excuse me, Pina, for interruption. I'm really apologize for this.
Coping mechanism.
Excuse me, can you please kindly mute yourself?
Yes, can I continue?
Okay, my apologies. Pina, you can
Yes.
continue. Thank you.
Never mind. Yes, second is about the common sources of student stress. You will know about the causes that make students feel stressed.
Here.
And third,
and want to add the teaching policy
is
and
about the key
implementation.
factors of stress. I have pointed several key ideas for you to practice, and if you think it works, you can follow through. And last but not least, is about the conclusion
Anyone have any questions?
overviews on the
English?
topic.
Already there. What is the
Let's go to the next slide,
quality of this online education? Yeah, we still can act it out.
Next slide, please.
Anyone else?
I don't want to waste so much time. So everyone, what is stress? Yes, stress is a state of mental or emotional tension resulting from demanding. As a result of this tension, people tend to believe that stress should be avoided, and because it can harmfully impact your physical and mental health. And stress happens to most people, like businessmen, policemen, manager, a lawyer, and a teacher, and also student, and so on. And next slide, please. And if we look at the life of student, you may find that there are many stress that made the student depressed and also stressful during their study. It can be the stress from school. Sometimes the school has a very strict rule. The stress from homework. There are many homework that provide from different lecturers and need to submit at the same deadline. Social challenges is about something that happens in your society, like climate changes or gender inequality. This can be the stress from transition. It happening when you are graduating and you're moving out to continue your higher education, and you need to adopt the different a different atmosphere. Yes, and the stress from relationships. Sometimes you got pressure from your friends, your family as well. Last one is the student can get stress from work. I can say that some students are working and studying at the same time, and this also increase more stress. But if they can balance and good at time management, is it's okay. Yes, and yes, you should know that stress is inevitable. So instead of trying to eliminate it, here are some tips that I'm going to share you today. So let's see the first one: getting enough sleep. Um, of course, as a student, you may experience a busy schedule, and of course, as the result, you missing sleep. Um, Let me say, unfortunately, lack of sleep put you in a distinct disadvantages. You are less productive. You may find it difficult to learn. So getting enough sleep can lower your um, risk of serious health problems, and it can also improve your mood, especially strengthening your concentration and also memory. So don't neglect your sleep schedule, and aim to get at least 8 hours a night. Um, Second method is about practice visualization. Has anyone used to practice this method? Well, for me, I used to practice. I usually practice this method in my studying. Um, Visualization is the ability to create picture in your head uh, through what you hearing and reading. It involves 5 senses of sense, um, like smell, sight, touch, taste, and hearing. Um, Practice visualization techniques is as simple as like you sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, and imagining what you have read and what you have heard in your brain. And yes, let's take me as the example. As you know, I'm a literature student. So let's say about my course, there are many stories that I need to read when I completing my courses. So it's really hard for me to remember all the plots and facts that happen in each stories. So this technique is really help me. Uh, like when I'm reading the story, I try to visualize, try to imagine that situation. I created a picture that happened in that plot, so that it helps me understand and remember the plot in each story very quickly. Yes. And another tip is, next slide, please. Um, Another tip, yes, is getting regularly. Exercise regularly. Mm, everyone, do you like practice exercise? Yeah, well, to me, I do. Uh, but because of my busy schedule, I'm study and work at the same time. It's really hard for me to take time to practice uh, exercise. But I'm still spend my spare time to do the exercise because it is one of the healthiest way to uh, blow up stream, and you can work exercise into your schedule. Moreover, there are many styles of practice of doing exercise. You can practice yoga in the morning, or you can walk or uh, ride your bike to your campus. It is the kinds of exercise as well. Mm, Moreover, exercise is not it's not only reducing your stress, but it also improving your cognitive performance, like your concentration and your memory as well. It also boosts your brain power, and you may find it easier to absorb new skill. Yes, and another technique is you can still listen to music. This is my favorite technique to reducing my stress. Um, I usually listen to music when I get stressed, but in, uh, in, in fact, I, I usually listen to music although I'm happy or I'm dull. Music is really help me. It can relieve my stress after my studying or uh, after my hard work, and well, it also calm myself down, and uh, well, I can say that music is uh, like just kind of medicine. I don't know why everyone, but when I listen to music, I really enjoy, and it boosts me study longer and think about the lesson more faster. And if I practice exercise, I really enjoy doing my assignment and listen to music at the same time. It really it really release my stress, you know. Yes, you can also practice this. Well, next slide, please. And yes, another tips to overcome your stress is to get organized. Um, to get organized here is refer to you are preparing your study area. I can say that when you see your study area is full of cluster and very messy, I'm sure that you will have no feeling to focus on your study or feeling to do any work uh, like that. So start preparing your study area, and because it can encourage you more studying and help you to prepare your test or your work. It is really effective because the environment around you is really affects to your feeling. Yes, and another way is about eat a healthy diet. Mm, I frequently don't care before I don't care much about my diet. Sometimes I just skip it, and sometimes I just eat whatever I want. Um, but you may not realize. No, but when I'm doing like this, it causes me stomach ache and headache really often. So and it is really it caused me has many problem because of my uh, bad diet. So you may not realize it, everyone, but Your diet can either boost your brain power and also sap your mental energy. A healthy diet can act both as your um, a stress management technique and your study aid. So you should eat more diet which contain a lot of protein, such as fish, uh, fish, meat, eggs, and um, fruit or vegetable, and so on. Next slide, please. Well, I think this is the last tip that I'm going to share to all of you today. It's about the use the positive thinking. Um, well, did you know that the optimist is actually experiencing a better circumstance because of the way you think? Well, it's true. The habit of the habit of optimism and positive thinking bring you a better, I can say, a better mental health, a better relationship, and yes, a better threat. Learn how to train your brain to be more positive self-talk and brighter future. Positively can makes you easier to reach um, your goal, and that's because when you have a positive frame of mind, you will find it easier to um, reach your own goal, or you will have a better decision. Yes. So positive thinking is like a feeling of it's like a mental or emotional feeling that the people think only a bright side of your life. People with a positive thinking can they believe that he or she can overcome all the obstacles and difficulties. So I can say that positive thinking is really help you in your studying. Let me raise up one example. You are going to take the exam. So when you think that, oh, I'm going to pass this exam. So you will try to review the lesson and practice any exercise. So I'm sure that you are going to pass the exam. In contrast, if you think negatively that, oh, I'm about to fall, I will fail the exam. So you will lazy and don't review any lesson. So it's time is your dream come true. You are going to pass. Oh, I'm sorry. You are going to fail successfully. Yes. So try to overcome your negative self-talk to the positive self-talk by saying any positive word toward yourself. Well, let's move to the conclusion, please. Well, everyone, this is the end of my presentation today. I hope you gain some ideas about how to overcome the stress in your study life and some techniques that can encourage you to have your study more effectively. And yes, thank you for spending your precious time to listen to my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pina, for sharing useful tips. And yes, of course, I have visualized that you're going to make it, and you made it. You made it. All right, thank you. So without further delay, I would like to hear from Mr. Swai Manmuni from College of Law. He is a secretariat member at Union Youth and vice president of public relations at Salah Strachu Association. He is 2 years experience in project and key account manager at Isaac, Cambodia, and 1 year experience as intern and admin member at Salah Strachu Associations. So everybody, the success of studying law and its prospect careers by Mr. Wanmani. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for giving me a brief introduction. First of all, I would like to pay my respect to His Excellency Dr. Kagum Hoon, President of the University of Cambodia, Vice President, Rectors, Dean and Associate Dean, fellow classmates, colleges, and also our participants who are joining us in our University of Cambodia Facebook page live. It is my honor to share with you for the sixth Forum for Success under the theme Sustainable Success and its long-term impact. And for my topic, who was a student from College of Law, I would like to share the topic of the success of studying law and its prospect career. So can you please move on? Right, so for this presentation and sharing, I would like to divide it into three main important parts. First of all, I will give a short intro about who am I and why did I choose law as my university major and what it helped me during my academic year. And then I will share my own experience, my own tips on how to study law and how can I survive at College of Law, how I can achieve and go through all the obstacles in College of Law. And also just share a little bit about career goals after graduated from law school. Right, so we can move on to the next slide. So as our moderator has mentioned, my name is Swai Wanmuni, and I'm also a recent graduate from College of Law, the University of Cambodia, which just graduated this year. And throughout the years at College of Law, I have learned so many things from many experienced lecturers and professors, and also from my dean and classmates, as well as during the academic years of 4 years, I have also been attended some of the events and also received different kind of awards. Back in 2019, I have joined at the Student Academic Leadership Conference, sharing with one of my classmates and students from College of Social Sciences, which giving an idea based on our research and knowledge, which was a great experience. And then later on, I have also received an award for Best Undergraduate Student for 2019-2020, and recently also for this academic year, 2020-2021. And the picture above is when I joined the ceremony back in January 2021. And because of all of this knowledge and experience I gained from College of Law, my professor in College of Law, that leads me to another steps, which I currently employed as a secretariat member at the Union Youth of Federation of Cambodia, and also work as a volunteer as a vice president of public relations at Salatraju Association, which is a association focused mainly on law. Right, so this is a little bit of myself, and we can move on to another slide. This question, why law and why I choose law at UC. All right, so for my personal idea, I think studying law offers a wide range of opportunity to develop many skills and also explore many aspects of human life. By studying law, I can have a more wide thinking or critical thinking toward any problems and seek for many different type of solutions. And I really satisfied being a law student, and especially being a law student at our university. And another factor that encouraged me to find or to get a degree at UC is that the scholarship provided by the University of Cambodia strongly encouraged me to go into obtaining this major. You may wonder, like, there's many schools in Cambodia that offer a law degree, but why do I choose UC? I think UC provide me a best quality teaching and also a unique style or unique system of course and provided curriculum. So I'm trying to apply and get a scholarship for from UC, and yes, I didn't spend for like 4 years of tuition fee, but I gained back the very quality knowledge which I can use until nowadays. So, all right, this is the reason why I choose law and law at UC. So here, I would like to share with you some tips for success at the University of Cambodia, and also how I did survive at College of Law. So success here doesn't mean that I'm a successful person, but here with my own definition, success here means that I achieve some things that I planned for. So I set my objective and goal. When I achieve it, I think this is my own personal success. So this is type of success that I will share with you on how I can achieve my academic achievements inside UC. Okay, next slide, please. So first of all, I think this point is very common for not just for law student, but for every students in the university. I think some of students missed out on this point. When they attended into the university, they tend to just go and study and try to register for the course and trying to go to school, do an assignment and listen to the lecture. But to be more ready, I think you should study on the school curriculum, school system, other important factor like grading system, course description, or even lecturers or professor background. This helped me during my academic year by understanding well. So for example, our university are mainly based on credit system. So we try to understand what that system are and be prepared for that, because as a student with the school of credit system, we might have a difficult challenge to overcome and to study. So another important thing is course description and course syllabus. Our school lecturers always provided for us every beginning of the term. So we might have to prepare in advance because we know what coming up week by week by looking at the course syllabus. So we have to prepare well with all of that. And yes, as you can see the picture on the right side, you may see the undergraduate studies catalog. So you may find it on our school website because it is very useful. I'm trying to review on that to get to know the school better and be ready for my courses in College of Law. Okay, so this is the first point. Move on to the second point. This is also common for any university students. So we need to prepare very well for each class. So by preparing for your class, it is the best thing you can do, and it can become your good habit, and it will help you during your academic year, 4 year of academic year. And as a law student, based on my experience, we require to do a lot of readings because as a law student, we study based on the law that is already adopted or is currently implementing. So we need to catch up with the update or a new version of any laws, and we need to read to get more ideas on it. And sometimes there's also a case study to summary or to prepare. So this case study, as I remembered, it appears a lot in the exam, midterm or final exam. So there's a lot of practice makes us more ready for such an important event like final exam, for example. And also review before each class and also conduct research in advance if possible to get to know more about your topic or your course, right? So we can move on to the third point. During class, it is highly encouraged everyone to participate actively. You cannot just go into the classroom and sit there listening to the teacher without doing anything, but it is very useful if you try to actively participate with the class, with your lecturers by, for example, as the picture showed, you can raise hand to ask a lot of questions and share your ideas when your professor or lecturer asks you, and also take notes if you have some important point or your lecturer share any important point. Please take note in order to review it for the future, especially review for your exam. So it requires us to take a lot of note as a law student as well, but not just law student, but general university students are required to do this important factors. All right, so this is the during class factors. So we can move on to another point. Outside the class, I'm sorry to put my own personal picture here, but this is just an example. And beside our class, we also need to hanging out, but in a good way, because we try to create a group study to share and to review before an exam or before the class to get more idea and share within one another. So by sharing, we can learn from each other and create a wide variety of ideas to prepare well for the class. So I highly encourage everyone, if you are listening as a law student or any major student, you may need to prepare a group study for giving you to that could give you more ideas during the class. And also you can observe any feedback from your lecturer to prepare well for the future course. So when you try to get the feedbacks and try to review your strengths and weaknesses, you will have chance to develop yourself even more. And also, if you can, please try to approach your lecturer for more idea, even if it is outside the class. I usually chat or contact my school lecturer for more information regarding the lessons, and this is very helpful. And also do some research and read some new law books to get a different idea from many different type of writer or law professor. So this is some of the important points you may do besides going to school or going to the class. Right. So another point, please, on the slide. I think our previous speaker has mentioned a lot about stress and anxiety or any tips to overcome stress. So I will go quickly on this. So studying law is very immensely stressful. We require to read a lot, review a lot to catch up with the current society and to find solutions toward any problems occurred. And this is just our experience during our school year, my academic year. So as a law student, you must also minimize your stress and anxiety. And the reason the solutions are, you can move on to the next slide. All right, so the solution is that be clear about your learning boundaries and be wary of distraction. So make sure that you don't spend 24 hours a day studying all of the course lesson, but make sure you have some time to going out, hanging out with your friends and family and have your own time, because this is the way that you can release stress. If you put all the lesson inside your brain, it might be very stressful and your productivity rate will become more lower than usual. Right. So beside the classroom, you can going out to do some internships or joining some event that is useful for your academic studies. So I would highly encourage all of the students or law students to do internship. For example, during your 3rd or 4th year before you graduate, you might need to find the opportunity for internship or volunteer to enhance your skills even further. Right. So this is the solutions to overcome stress as a law student from my personal experience. Another point, please. Next slide. Also balance in your life. I already mentioned earlier a little bit that you need some time to hanging out with your friends and family, doing some exercise. I saw a lot of my friends joining like student senate in our school, and I've been joining the sport competition in our school as well. That's some type of a solutions to reduce my stress as well as to build more connection with within the students inside our university. And also be kind to yourself and others and keep doing your best and do not get down on yourself. So try to keep track on your goals or objectives and don't lose track of your goals. So try to keep achieving it. Don't listen to others blaming on you or judging on you. Just keep going with your goals and objectives. So remember that failure provides another opportunity to succeed again. So I would like to share a quote with you in the next slide. So I see this quote is very useful, that if you only see the obstacles, you will lose sight of the goal. Keep your eye on the big picture while attending to and taking care of the detail. All right, I hope you can get or remember this quote as well. Please move on to another point. For this point, I will go briefly about career goals. For career goals as a law student, next slide. So some people might have an idea inside that being a law student will only become a lawyer after graduation, but no, it's not. So there's many other professions, like I can say a lot of professions that we can obtain after we graduate from law school. It does not mean when we study law, we can only become a lawyer. No. So the next slide will show you the alternative law professions. I got this from internet as well, but this is 60 alternative careers for law school graduates, and I would like to summarize here in the right side of the slide. We can become a law professor. We can see a lot of people becoming a law professors because they would like to share more idea and to giving back their knowledge from the school to other people. So become a professor is a very good choice. And law professor can be in many different fields. We can be a public law professors, private law professor, or international law professors, politician, arbitrators. So arbitrator, we can be in many different fields of arbitrator, like commercial arbitrators or labor arbitrators, or becoming a government workers. And we can work in a Senate or National Assembly, which we require to drafting law or having a initiate law inside our country, becoming a general teachers, and also some judicial professions like judge, clerk, prosecutor, which is very common in Cambodia right now. Many people are willing to become judge or prosecutor or lawyer, and they're trying to study hard for that professions. And also notary may be a new profession in Cambodia, but it is a very common profession in other countries. And also legal researchers. We can become a researchers if we want to. It may be stressful, but if you want to find something new regarding to law field, you can become a legal researcher. So this is briefly about the professions after you graduate from law school. Right, so move on. This is just a short pros and cons, and the picture here show about lawyer, but I think this fine as many other profession as well, that they have the similar advantages and disadvantages. For advantages, maybe it be awareness of rights and duties, and have a power to make a difference, job security, and they can also always have an opportunity to grow themselves, and they have more prestige and high paying during their work as a lawyer or in a law field. All right, but in the points of disadvantages, I think it is very competitive, which you need to compete with other people who are practicing law, and it's also time consuming. You need to spend a lot of time to analyze or to solve such case, and it is always demanding. If you, for example, if you become a lawyer, your client will be demand you to be the best for them. All right, so and the point is possibility of making foes or enemies. So this point I do not go in detail, but I think yes, practicing law profession sometimes can make enemies in our professions as well. I think we can move on to the last slide. I think this is it for the topic of success, my personal success of studying law at UC, and also some of the careers that I shared with you. But remember that success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts. I love this quote by Winston Churchill. And thank you so much for your attention. I hope you gain something new from my presentation, and I hope you will enjoy the next session as well. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Oni. You did pretty well. I like the way you tell us about your personal experience becoming a good law student. and I really admire your effort as well. And I would like to say you are very young and talented, and I guess there will be a lot of people be looking out for you in the future. Okay, thank you, bro. So next, I would like to invite Mr. I'm Sarairot from College of Education. He is a lecturer of English at GSM University of Cambodia, and he has 12-year experience in teaching English and education courses. And thank you for being patient, Bong. And ladies and gentlemen, the ongoing success of life journey by Mr. Sarairot. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for giving me applause. Yes. Some people in Cambodia may know me already. Yes, because I am a high school teacher and also a visiting lecturer at the GSM University of Cambodia. Firstly, I would like to introduce all of you about my topic. The topic that I'm going to be talking today is related to the ongoing success of my life journey. So I am going to talk starting from my high school life in the next slide. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so from 2007 until 2010, that time I studied in grade 10 until grade 12. And why I take high school life as one of my success. Here I'm going to share with all of you some of my successes during my life journey. But I would like to share with all of you, with all my beloved audiences, listeners, my moderators, guest speakers, and all of you that are being here and also watching and listening on the Facebook page. During my high school life, it was not easy because I was born in a poor family. I don't have many modern things like phones or motor to use like the other students. And sometimes I did not even have money to study extra classes. However, many teachers allow me to study extra classes without paying. I would like to say thank you very much for some teacher at that time. If they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been here today. Yes. So in 2010, I passed my high school exam, and the successes of my life journey starting from that. After passing high school exam, I applied for scholarship to study in Phnom Penh. Yeah, because I was a boy in a poor family and did not have enough money for school fee or university fee. So I tried with scholarships. And in 2010, I passed 2 scholarships in Phnom Penh city, and also I passed another exams. Let's move to the next slide, please. Yeah, I passed the exam. That exam was the selection exam to become a secondary school teacher. That time I had 2 scholarships and also 1 exam for secondary school teacher. And I talked with my parents, and my parents were poor, and they said, even you pass scholarship in Phnom Penh, but you don't have place to live. You have to pay for your daily expense. So they told me that time to choose a secondary school teacher. So I agreed with my parents, and then went to Takao Regional Teacher Training Center in order to be trained there for 2 years. In fact, at that time, I was free at the weekend, but because I did not have money, I couldn't continue my study at the university. So I wait until 2 years. Yeah, with my courses, I try to do everything given by the trainers at the Takao Regional Teacher Training Center. Finally, in 2012, I was successfully completed my training courses and assigned to work at Barakum Lower Secondary School at that time. After that, I tried to save money for my study because I feel like studying since I was young. I just wanted to become a teacher since I was in grade 6 or 7. I just wanted to become a teacher. In fact, my aim was successful that time because I just wanted to become a teacher. But after becoming a teacher, I just want to learn because learning is part of a teacher. Yes, I have just written a paper regarding the quality of qualified teacher, personal characteristic and responsibility of teacher in the 21st century. So lifelong learning is one of the quality of the 21st century teacher. But at that time, I did not know like that. Just this time I know it. And then when I was working as a teacher at secondary school, I tried to save money because at that time I couldn't look for another scholarship. So I tried to save money and study a bachelor degree at the weekend. So please move to the next slide. Yeah, I chose at that time I chose Uncle Camera University because it was close to my workplace. Yeah, and also I didn't familiar with traveling far from my workplace to Phnom Penh, and also at that time I did not have like information about scholarship in 2012 or 13, but I start in 2013 until 2015, and then I successfully graduated with a bachelor degree. At the time, my success has stopped for a short period too, because that time I use money. I use money in order to pursue my study. And after I finished my bachelor degree in 2015, I continue my master degree. So let's move to the next slide. From 2015 until 2017, this degree I need to pay to. Yes, I spent 2 years at the human resource university, and I graduated in 2017. I graduated with a master in TESOL. After 2017, I stopped paying money for my study. So what have I done so far? Yes, after 2017, I still study until now, but all courses and all degrees, I can earn it through winning the scholarship. So here I'm going to show you many things, but if you want to know in detail about winning scholarship for this place or for that place, you can post your question. Don't worry, I'm going to answer your question after my talking during a Q&A questions. Okay, so now after I finish my master degree, I feel like to upgrade my position from a secondary school teacher to high school teacher. So at that time, I took an exam, at the National Institute of Education, like you say, NIE in Khmer. So in 2017, I passed the exam and trained for 1 year. Until 2018, in order to become a high school teacher. Now I am a high school teacher of English in since that time. After that, during 2017, I also took an exam for scholarship supported by the Japanese people, but the training or the study took place at NIE the same, right? Move to the next slide. Yes, from 2017 until 2019, I earned another master degree. Many people often ask me, why do you need a lot of degrees? And my answer is that because I am a teacher. As a teacher, lifelong learning is one of the quality. So when I study, I feel positive with my work. When I study, I have new knowledge, new information from the other lecturers or professor, and then share with my students. Because I am a lifelong learner. I am a teacher. Teacher is a lifelong learner. Yes. So 2019, I graduate. And then what happened next for my life? After graduating from NIE with a master degree in education, I applied. So what is it? Move to the next slide. Okay. I applied for a master degree. Sorry, for a PhD degree. At the University of Cambodia. That I am doing it now from 2020. I want 100% scholarship from the University of Cambodia, and I have been doing it until now. And now I finished my coursework. I finished my coursework. I would like to say thank you so much for all the lecturers and professors that have given me great lessons and give me like wonderful skills. Now I am writing my dissertation for the requirement of my PhD in educational administration. Again, thank you so much, the University of Cambodia. Thank you. I learned a lot from my courses at the University of Cambodia. And after learning from the University of Cambodia, especially doing research, the University of Cambodia is a recognized university, not only in Cambodia, but if you move to other countries and you talk about the University of Cambodia, they will know because the university have a website, and also the university have journal for publication. This is the special thing about the University of Cambodia. Yeah, and I am writing my dissertation, and also I am writing a paper to publish as the requirement for my PhD degree at the University of Cambodia. Thank University of Cambodia so much. After that, now I don't study anymore, just do the research. And during doing the research, I try to do like a research proposal, and also I have time to apply for another scholarship. So move to next. Yeah. I study another PhD degree. Again, many people just ask me, why do you need many degrees? My answer is still the same, because I want to learn, because lifelong learning is one of the quality for 21st century teacher. Yeah, and I have won another scholarship, PhD scholarship, to study in Hungary. And I have already asked the university and the scholarship program to suspend my study to next year, because right now I am doing my dissertation, and when next year I hope that I will finish it with my final defense, and then I'm going to continue my study at Hungary. I need another PhD degree. So in the future, I hope that I will have 2 PhD degree. One is from the greatest university in Cambodia, the University of Cambodia, and another one will be from Hungary, from the European Union. Okay, thank you. Move to next. I still have some other successes to share with all of you. Yes, I want OESC, sorry, with the spelling, OESC, my mistake, sorry. OESC, that means the scholarship in Singapore. I won 2 times. Yeah, I won 2 times. Yeah, just one short course. The first time I won scholarship for the training of listening and speaking, and the second one with reading and writing. The first one, it was on-site classes, or we can say physical classes, but the second one online, because of the widespread of the COVID-19 in our community. And also, how to win this scholarship, you can ask me. You can post the question. I'm going to try to answer. I'm going to try to share with all of you the steps how to win the scholarship. Okay, next please. Okay, and one more thing. In 2019, I won the scholarship, but I didn't go to study. But I just want to share with you, and also I can share with all of you the steps or the way how to win this scholarship. Yeah, I won the Thai Royal Scholarship for a PhD degree in 2019. Yeah, and the university, like you can say, Rampai Panirajapat University. Yeah, in the Kingdom of Thailand. Next, please. And one more success. Yeah, I'll share with all of you some of my success. This is just some, not all. I won Chinese government scholarship for PhD degree, nominated by UYSC in 2021. UYSC, that means Union of Youth Federation of Cambodia, like you say in your Khmer language, or we can say in our language, you say so you go, right? Okay, I won a scholarship for PhD degree too. And if you have questions, I can share you how to win it. Okay, next please. Okay, and yes, I have been offered many conferences to attend and also to be a speaker. And the conferences including national conference and international conference. Like I am sharing with all of you on the right, it is the acceptance letter given to me as a speaker in the 18th annual Counter-Soul Conference. Okay, some of you may be familiar with Counter-Soul Conference. Yeah, it will be held during the February 2022. Okay, next please. Yes, as a lifelong learner, for these few months, I have been very interested in writing research. As a PhD student, I have to do a lot of research, and doing research is not always successful for all the people, because it is a difficult one. Yeah, if you study master degree, you need to do research. Especially if you study PhD or doctoral degree, you need to do research. Yeah, research is very important. And look at this. I have published many opinion articles and some research articles regarding education and language teaching. You can go to Google Scholar. Yeah, you can go to Google Scholar or ResearchGate, and then you just type my name and search Sray Rod Am. You will see in Google Scholar. You will see what I have done regarding writing books or doing research. You will see. Okay, some of you may not familiarize yet with research scholar, but you should try, because it is very useful and it is recognized globally. Okay, continue please. Okay, this is my last slide that I am talking for nowadays. Sorry for now. Yeah, I am a teacher, a government teacher of English with a higher degree, a visiting lecturer at the University of Cambodia, and also a reviewer at the Cambodian Education Forum, founded by Mr. Kum Kung and his associate. And I have applied as a reviewer, and now I have applied as a associate editor, and hopefully he will accept, and then I have opportunity to upgrade my position at the Cambodian Education Forum. And like I already told you, I am a student, a PhD student in the College of Education, and also I have been awarded a PhD scholarship to study Hungary, but I will start next year and will finish in 2026. Yeah, because I still have one more year to complete my course here, and then I go on to my next course. And after these two PhD, maybe I'm going to study post PhD, because as a teacher, lifelong learning is one of the quality. Okay, and thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, my moderator. Thank you so much, my listeners, audience, and all our guest speaker here. Now my presentation has come to an end, and I wish you good luck, and I would like to say goodbye. If you have question, don't forget to write question and post it and comment. And then I'm going to ask. I'm going to answer the question that you have asked during the Q&A. Okay, thank you.
បាទសូមអរគុណបងស្រីរត Thank you so much បង It was such a long journey from one step to another step and it's really inspiring. So finally for our last speaker from the Joseon School of Government and International Relations, he is Mr. Myram, and currently he's working for Lim Kok Wing University for Creative Technology as the internal quality assurance. He is 10 years experience in academia, and ladies and gentlemen, how to become a great human resource. Thank you.
Good afternoon, especially our moderator, President. We are doing well in this afternoon, and I feel really delighted. I have a good chance to come up to live on the University of Cambodia. That is really interesting. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to the University of Cambodia, Dr. Cao Kumhun, that give me a prize opportunity to pursue my study. And my name is Myram. Currently, I am a PhD student in the University of Cambodia, TSS, under TSS school. And the topics in the morning until the afternoon, most part of our guest speakers, they spend their time on especially for the success of their careers and also in their colleagues' study as well. But I hope these topics become I really like to become a great human resource source. One word we can say a great employee or staff in the companies as a President. Are you a great employee? So
yeah. I need to ask my senior.
So this one, I ask these kinds of questions because I would like to say, by the time being to work or employ in a company or organization, I have to ask myself, I am a great employee, a human resource in this kinds of organization. So this is the way I keep in my mind and dream. So that is it. Working for an organization is not working for salary. You have to build up yourself, to build up your skill, your knowledge, to become a great staff. So the sixth Forum for Success 2021, I will bring a really delighted experience. I will share what I know. I will share what I learn. I will share what I do, and I will share what I experience, and I will share what I achieve in this live speaking. Next, please. So actually, for my life, I feel really proud of myself because actually, my life, I was born in a really poor and rural area, and I used to drop from school at grade 6, and where maybe I can hang out and vendors and friends. I spent a useless time for a few years, and then I moved my life to the pagoda, and the pagoda is a part of my life as well to change my life until today. And for these kinds, as I said, I am a poor. I was born in a poor family, so I cannot afford for myself to study, to walk on the difficult journey. But as I can give you a great message, by the time I change my life, that's by the time I come back, I'm back to school. I come back to school, so it starts to change. So right now you are, I can say now you are watching, you are young generation. I can share what I experienced. Even though I drop sometime, but even though I fall some days, but I still get up and walk. So this kind, I come up today, I can become today because of back to school. And after I finish my grade 12, I go on to my bachelor degree. I got a scholarship from institute. It's not paid. And after I graduate, I wish to go on for my master. But think of myself, I cannot afford to pay for my master degree. So I have to search, to do research, to find out a scholarship. Luckily, the University of Cambodia have a scholarships program, provide a great opportunity to students. I applied and finally I get successful to get full 100% scholarship in TSS. That's why my master's, I got a full scholarship and complete my dissertation in master as well. By this kind, I can say master degrees, I commit myself, I have to produce one publication. So I have to do my research. This is my commitment. And after finish graduate ceremonies in the University of Cambodia, I also have dream to pursue my PhD study. And it is lucky that the University of Cambodia have a PhD full scholarship as well. I applied and I joined the competition and I win it. Now I am completing my dissertations in the University of Cambodia. So as brothers Sarirot raised, the University of Cambodia builds a good, a big ship, a big trend for a person or student who wish to upgrade their life, to change their life. Life is changing, so we have to change. And go back to my experience. I would like to share this very, very important. Why? Because while I was in the bachelor degree in year 1, I focused on my study only. But in year 2, I have to find a job. But the time, I don't have any experience, working experience, just some knowledge. So I tried to apply for a job to earn some income, salary. Unlucky, I was rejected for many applications to the company. So I go back to the internship, voluntary job. Apply to the company, I got this internship. So in the occasion of internship, I commit myself, I come here, I want to earn my experience, working experience, want to learn, to improve. It's not about salary. So in my habit, we say, we have to put our mindset to improve ourselves by working in any organization. We have to commit ourselves to be a great staff. I will say next why. Now I'm not regarding myself as a great staff, but everybody who working with me, they can give me. Now you are audience, you're listening. Maybe if you want to know, you can chat to me, talks about my experience in detail. So from that times, because of my commitment, my sacrifice to the organizations, I got a chance. I can earn some salaries and change my position in this in that time. And this is, I would like to say, every time you are employed, you have to do some things benefits to the organization first before you want. You have to build yourself to be a wanted staff, a wanted employee by your investors or your entrepreneur. And I try to change from one organization to another organization. It mostly is related to education, administration, and leadership. And as you can see in the photos, while I'm working as an internship, I try to travel almost all provinces in Cambodia, try to spread out and train and also contribute some techniques for the high school student, especially grade 12 student, to select the right skill and how to find and how to win the scholarships. And I also contribute some, like I have write some books like here. I've choose kinds of my contribution to the young generation, like how to become great staff and the secrets of becoming the great leaders. That is another books I read. And also I was invited to join speak in the CTVs once while I'm working there, and I share my experience as well back to school. Next please. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and with a respectful audience, here I will bring you kinds of what steps and what way do we need to do to become a great human resource employee. Here there are many kinds of techniques, many kinds of methods, approach, or other things you can do. But here it is based on my experience that I came through. So I raised 4 pillars to become a great employee in any organization. And the 4 pillars is not only important for you as employer. If you follow the 4 pillars, you can do it better in the 4th pillar. I believe that if next time, if you are becoming entrepreneurs, leaders, or investors, it also important as well for you. Next please. Okay, Brazil. All right. So here, the 4 pillars of great human resource. That is how to become a great staff or employee in an organization based on what I experienced, what I learned, what I challenged while I'm working for 10 years in my life. That is come to share to you just only 20 minutes. So if you learn, you practice what I experience, challenge, what I practice, I hope you will become a great staff, a great employee in your organization. So first one, you have to be great at individual yourself. So before you want your colleagues, your investors, your owner gives you a great staff. So you have to be great at yourself as well. That is, you have to stay proactive. You have to go above and beyond your responsibility. Second, you have to grad at your workplace synergies. So good at your personality by yourself is not enough. You have to grad at communication. You have to be reliable, and you have a collaboration. And it is science. We say it is a science practice everywhere around the world. Without this, we cannot do it. You cannot work alone. And you have this. You have to be created outputs, high productivities. So everything you have, you are proactive, you talented, you have good communication. But if you don't have any proof, you have a low productivity in organization, it's not. You have no chance to become a great staff in your organization. At the end of the year, you will not get awards or a pressure. And the important things, you have to build yourself with, I say, vision. Everyone have vision, but what is your vision? But I can say here, working trying hard, talented, it's not enough. You have to have a plans, a future, short plans or long plans. And all of this, when you try to be great at yourself, great at workplace, great at for productivities, and you have a high visions, you will get the things, you improve your knowledge, your skill, and your experience. Next, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, great individuals, as I said, you have to stay proactive. As an employee, I recommend that we should not be employees that is in this attitudes of reactive. So I would like to share these kinds, what is different between proactive employee and reactive employee. You can see in this photo, one is we say, as I asked process earlier, are you a great human resource in an organization? So if you ask your question these kinds, you have to ask yourself, what is your mindset at work? So if you build, there are many different between the reactive and proactive employee, but one thing I raised it, you will get clear. For the reactive employee, they wait for orders from the managers, from the investor or entrepreneurs, while proactive employee, they try to find the opportunities. They don't stay just a while, just one time. That is things. So you have to be active and also proactive. So in short, proactive employees, that is, we say the employee who find the opportunity to improve and find the opportunity to have. They don't blame, they don't accuse, they take responsibility. They work hard and also work smart. So if you apply these kinds of techniques in your organizations, absolutely you will become a great staff. I can guarantee. And by this time, you have to go beyond and above. Why? Example, you have job description. They give you, example, I give you a short one. If you are a seller, you work for in a marketing department, you sell, example, sell a books. They give you, example, your manager, the supervisor give you 1 month, you have to sell 100 books. For the reactive, they just complete, they try to sell to the targets 100 books, but the proactive employee, they find further. They commit themselves to find at least 150 books, example. So by the time you are proactive, you have to go beyond and above your job description. Example, for my habits, by the times they ask for help from another department, from colleagues, I 100% to help them. I never reject their help, these kinds of things. And one more thing for the reactive and proactive. If you are proactive, mean you have influence on your feeling. By the times reactive employee always blame something. Like now is the windy season. Reactive say, wow, today is so cold. I don't like to wake up early. I say, sorry, boss, supervisors, today I'm late, I'm not well. So this kind is the reactive, we say, low levels of employee. So if you have these kinds of habit, please change it. If you want to get appraisal or promoted your salary, please. As I can recommend that as a great employee, get to the office earlier and leave later. This kind. Generally, staff, employee in an organization come late, always accuse, always blame to something, traffic jam, traffic congestion is kind of thing. So please leave that. Next, please. And the second one, as I have raised, you have to build up your competence, your abilities. If you want to become a great staff in an organization, but working alone, or you create it, if you, example, you are so proud, you are top, you don't make any communication with your colleagues, or you don't have a good relationship with customer, with your co-workers and with your supervisors. So working in organization, I will share 3 parties that you have to face: your colleagues, your managers, and your customer. And you are employee, you are the final products. And I can raise that, why do we need to become a great human resource in organization? So now I can say, company, we earn a good employee because you are one of the key success. If one company hire only a poor, a bad employee, the company is really, I can guarantee that. Example, Elon Musk, Tesla's owner. Who is the best employee? The Secretary Murray. Murray is working with Elon Musk and become the top source of the company. And this kind she work, if Elon Musk work 24 hours, work 20 hours a day, she has to work as Elon Musk does. So that is, I can say, if you want to become a great staff, you have to build yourself, create at yourself, and also create a workplace synergies. That is, you have to be say working in a company. Commonly, we will face some challenges, especially in communication. I used to experience some low communication in organization and how to deal with it. The things I can say, I have to think win-win. Why do we have to think win-win in our organization? The thing is that win-win thinkings mean you win, I win. Not I try to win but you lose. No, in communication, if you want to build a high cooperation and collaboration, you have to practice yourself win-win solution. And by the times we also work in with our colleagues with independence. That is, I have my job responsibility, you have your job responsibility. I have to do well for my job responsibility, and you do. And employees must build a trust with colleagues, build trust with your supervisor. Why? Example, they give you a job to do, a task to do, and deadline next week. You say, okay, so I will complete. Next week you say, sorry, boss, sorry, colleagues, I cannot complete the job, it's so hard. That is a kind of reactive employee. They lose trust on you. So cooperation, interdependence, and reliable trust is very important to work with the team, work with our colleagues. And I can say in short, I always practice win-win because we have mutual benefits. You win, I win. And when we win together, we will build a high productivity. I am happy, you are happy, you work with full potential. If I lose motivation in an organization, I will lose my productivity as well. And if I make you lose, you will lose your productivity. So it affects to the whole organization as well. So at final, we say for the great workplace, we say synergies. I always full of synergy. If we have synergies, work with collaboration and cooperation, we will build accountabilities by each staff. We share our goals. Example, we work together, we share together, so we will know the goal, the vision of a company, and we work together, we reach it. And last, as I said, win-win. I happy, I feel satisfied with all kinds of environment. So I have full potential to complete we say, full productivity. Next, please. And three, when I graded by myself, individuals, I have a great communication with my colleagues. So all of this, we will bring to the output. High performance working. So how do we assess or evaluate the work performance? Sometimes you can evaluate by yourself, by hour. You can ask myself, 2 hours this morning, what I complete. Today, what I complete. This week, what I achieve. And this month, what is my success in my job description. That by yourself. And you assess yourself, and your supervisor also assess yourself as well. And if you complete only 25% of your job per day, example, I guess per day, so it is low accomplishment. And if 50%, it's an average percent. So great staff should complete 100% or go above or beyond. That is, you have to go high speeds. And how to build a high performance working in your company? Every kind of company I raise up here, you have to build yourself as a key person. So try to be, if you are proactive, challenging, you are so active in amongst your colleagues, the one who notice you, you become a model, you become a superstar in your organization. So by the time, as I remember, the morning guest speaker, they say, branding yourself, build your personal branding. So you have to try to become a key person. It's easy. When you become a key person, and you appraisal, you will get a high percentage. Sorry, can you go back? Not yet. And you also to produce your initiatives ideas. Very important. Why important? If we say you are bad employees or poor employee, you don't have any idea to show in the meeting or also to share a marketing strategies as well. So example, your supervisor, anyone have a marketing strategy to improve, to find our, example, the school to find our 1,000 students in this new intakes. So the great employee, they just show initiatives ideas. And by the time you have an initiatives, a great idea to show the techniques to find, you have to be good at to show your interaction talent. You are good, you work the best, you work smart, but if you have poor communication with your colleague, you never talk to someone, formal, informal, the supervisor will notice, oh, this person is poor in communication. So the thing. As I raised, you have to practice get early, leave late. This is we have to do it. You will. I can say if you try to practice this, this is a good habit as well. Don't blame the environment and sacrifice whatever. As I am working operation supervisors, I have some staff working as an operation cleaning, but sometimes if it's urgent, I don't think myself as a supervisor, I also help them to clean the toilet, clean the bathroom, clean the floor. So this kind we sacrifice. Whatever we do, we work together. We help each other to reach our target. We bring it as I'm working as a teachers. Anytime they ask me to share experience, we volunteer first. This is the key person, superstar in our organization. Next, please. And the final pillars for the journeys to reach to the correct human resource in organizations. We have to build ourselves with strategic plan for success. Whatever we do, for the company who can success, they have to build short-term plan and long-term plan. So you are one of a person to share a kinds of plan as well. A great human resource in an organization, you have to build a kinds of vision. You have to build a plan, strategic plan that's right for this kind. Example, a marketing to find a students in new intakes, 1,000 in this new intakes. So what should we do? We have strategic plan. We have targets. A great employees must share. You have, what should we do? Like we have to promote on social media, working with, we go to visit to meet the students. So these kinds of way we do. So being a great vision that comply with your organization. I can raise up here. You have to show inspiration in tactics, approach, strategies, objectives, and missions. Income up here, we have bills. We have you give a strategic plan to your employee. You write your master plans already to your supervisors, but you have to be creative, to be great at tactics as well. Tactics and approach here, it is a kind of step, or we can say what methods that we find. We set 1,000 student in tax. We should earn. So what should we do? The tactics, what tactics to do it? And by the way we do it, we have to follow our objectives and we work together to complete our mission. Whatever you do, that we say building a good strategic plan is not enough. A great tactics, that is the way to reach to the master plan. Okay, so the things I would like to share, the 4 pillars I raised up here, you have to build your great by your personal improvement, proactive. You have to go beyond. You have to be talented in communication with colleagues that work for the company. You have to build your, we say, output. Whatever you do, you have to focus on your outputs, productivity. 1 month, what's output I bring to the company? If less, think of yourself. Most of employees, they work for the salary, it's hard. So they walk on the same distance. And you have to create visions. So next slide. Can you go to the next? Yeah, this is very important. I would like to share my personal list. I read it, work map formula. Is it a math? Yes, it's math. It's a mathematical rule. But for the formulas, it's not a kind of 2 + 2 = 4. 1 + 1 = 2. For here, 1 + 1, 2, 3, 1. So what's equal? You can find it when you apply these kinds of formula. That is become in my insightful, and it is my habit. I focus on it. So 1, what is it? 2, 3, and 1. Can you go to next slide? It is show you clearly, and I will show you what is it. So ladies and gentlemen, my personal work map formula I'm doing and practicing. So one, we say individual job description. I can't be employed. I have accepted and they give me job description. So you have to be clear, you have to be good at your job description. You complete full potential. In the company, it's not alone. You work with your team in the department, with your colleagues. Example, the marketing department, you are working with the marketing managers, say sales, staffs, and also public communications. So this is, by the time you complete your jobs individually well, you have to be good at work well with your teams in department. And three means you have to synergize in the cross department. You are working with the department, and you also are required to have good relationships or connects with other department like academy department, administration department. So you work with full and full specialists for the multi-cultures organizations like I'm working right now. Normally, I'm working with the multicultural organization. Not only connect with locals, we have to connect with the staffs in the other countries as well. So sometimes it's really hard for us to adapt with working with the multicultural, but that is really important. And if you are credit, you have to credit from your individuals with your team, you across department. And one, it means you achieve your individual job. So I choose myself. I work fully potential for myself, and everyone also become a great outputs. So everyone great staff. I say finally our company will get success. That is, if you work, you have to be up with these kinds of work formula. For me, I always think all kinds of jobs I have to get in consult with my department and also with the related party as well. That is a kind of really interesting. And would like finally, before I end my sharings, I would like to share some, we say, kinds of history as well. That is, we say that you hear commonly, you hear Jack Ma. That is, who is the best employee, secretaries working with him, and why his secretary working with him for 16 years. That is, for the Jack Ma's secretaries, that is Wen Hong. She is working with Jack Ma and become the top employee, top secretary, that Jack Ma cannot get success without her contribution. She joined with Jack Ma just a receptionist. For the first step, she started in the Alibaba company as a receptionist. So if we say reactive, if she is reactive, she just work for salary, but she did not that. She changed from receptionist to secretaries of Jack Ma, and now she also a part of Alibaba company as well. So that's why I would like to say raise a kinds of an examples that even though you start with internship, the work without salary, so don't lose hope. You have to follow the 4 pillars what I practice right here. Next, please. I think it is yeah, Prasad, what I have this afternoon completed, and thank you so much, Prasad and the audience. I give this floor to you. Thank you.
Yes, Thank you, Mr. Ram. It was such a big transformation. And if I'm not mistaken, you were from zero to hero. And you taught me to believe that by serving the organization objectives is a good conduct for us as the stakeholders to respect and follow the organization code of ethics. So up next, we're having a special presentation, which is a video from our UC alumni, Mr. Pei Misak. And Mr. Pei Misak is the co-founder of Edame, an education technology company working to equalize across to quality learning for everyone. So Edame develops e-learning technology, including an e-learning management system, LMS, for schools, NGOs, and companies, and have a mobile app called Tehdapi that enables personalized learning experiences for students and data-driven tools for teachers and schools. So with more than um, at least 3,000 30,000 learning content. Therapy has been helping over 100,000 high school students across Cambodia, especially in math and science. And Therapy has won the Best Social Innovation of the Year 2018 award from the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications and the Star Upper Award by Total. And Mr. Mirza learned BA in economics from the University of Cambodia and an MBA from Brandeis University in the US via the Fulbright Scholarship. Thank you.
សួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់បង្កើតបច្ចេកវិទ្យាបម្រើនៅក្នុងវិស័យអប់រំដែលក្នុងនោះយើងបង្កើតទៅជា Learning Management System សម្រាប់សាលាសម្រាប់អង្គការក្រុមហ៊ុនក៏ដូចជាស្ថាប័នផ្សេងៗហើយយើងក៏មាន flagship product របស់យើងមួយទៀតឈ្មោះ Test 12ដែលជាកម្មវិធីសិក្សាតាមទូរស័ព្ទដៃសម្រាប់សិស្សវិទ្យាល័យពីថ្នាក់ទី7ដល់ទី12ដែលបច្ចុប្បន្នយើងមានសិស្សជាង 10,000 នាក់ហើយដែលកំពុងប្រើប្រាស់កម្មវិធីសិក្សា Test 12 ដោយឡែកខ្ញុំបាទក៏ជានិស្សិតអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរហើយនៅក្នុងវីដេអូនេះខ្ញុំចង់ចែករំលែកបទពិសោធន៍មួយចំនួនដែលខ្ញុំមានជាមួយសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាខ្ញុំចាំបានថាការរៀននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាកម្មវិធីសិក្សារបស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាមានភាពបត់បែនច្រើនដោយសារសាលាប្រើប្រព័ន្ធ credit system ដែលប្រព័ន្ធហ្នឹងអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យខ្ញុំជ្រើសរើសមុខវិជ្ជាភាគច្រើនដែលខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តហើយរៀនទៅតាមល្បឿនរបស់ខ្ញុំជាឧទាហរណ៍កំឡុងពេលសិក្សាហ្នឹងខ្ញុំក៏បានជាប់ទៅរៀននៅក្រៅប្រទេសរយៈពេល3ដងជាង1ឆ្នាំហើយខ្ញុំនៅតែអាចមកបញ្ចប់នៅបញ្ញាបត្ររបស់ខ្ញុំនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាបានដោយសារសាលាមានការគាំទ្រច្រើនហើយមានភាពបត់បែនច្រើនមិនត្រឹមតែប៉ុណ្ណោះខ្ញុំនឹងចាំបានថាការនៅរៀនគឺមានសកម្មភាពច្រើនខ្ញុំធ្លាប់បានតំណាងឲ្យសាកលវិទ្យាល័យទៅចូលរួមការជជែកដេញដោលកម្មវិធី debate ចូលរួម workshop សិក្ខាសាលាក៏ដូចជាទស្សនកិច្ចសិក្សានៅតាមរោងចក្រសហគ្រាសធំៗអីជាច្រើនដែលជាកត្តាមួយដែលយើងអាចផ្សារភ្ជាប់ការរៀននៅសាលាជាមួយនឹងការអនុវត្តជាក់ស្ដែងអ្វីដែលពិសេសជាងនេះទៅទៀតហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំបានជួបមិត្តភ័ក្តិល្អៗជាច្រើនដែលយើងបានបង្កើតអនុស្សាវរីយ៍រៀនជុំគ្នាហើយបង្កើតមិត្តភាពដែលមិត្តភាពនេះនៅតែថិតថេររហូតដល់បច្ចុប្បន្នជាចុងក្រោយសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលចិត្តបញ្ចប់កម្រិតទុតិយភូមិចិត្តប្រឡងបាក់ឌុបខ្ញុំសូមជូនពរឲ្យប្រឡងជាប់បាននិទេសល្អតែកុំភ្លេចថែរក្សាសុខភាពមុនពេលប្រឡងកាលណាសុខភាពយើងល្អយើងប្រឡងជាប់យើងមានឱកាសច្រើនណាស់ក្នុងការទទួលបានការអប់រំបន្តទៀតជាពិសេសឱកាសអាហារូបករណ៍នៅក្នុងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាសូមអរគុណច្រើន
Yes, next I would like to introduce our UC alumni, Miss Hay Malika. And Miss Hay Malika was a full scholarship student from the University of Cambodia, major in finance and banking. She graduated bachelor's degree from the University of Cambodia in 2014, and she was the top one outstanding student and got the medal from the University of Cambodia in the annual graduation in 2014. And currently she's working at a Prudential Life Insurance Manager Actuary responsible for product pricing and development.
Hello everyone. I was a full scholarship student at UC, majoring in finance and banking under the College of Management. I graduated my bachelor degree at UC in 2014 with flying color. And I can say that I was one of the outstanding students at UC as well. To be honest with you, my family condition when I was young was not that well off. I'm still young right now. I was referring to when I was younger. So my family condition was not that well off. So I'm very grateful to UC for providing me this scholarship opportunity to relieve my family burden. And I believe that this scholarship opportunity is even more valuable to you, especially in this difficult situation of COVID-19. Currently, I am working at the Prudential, which is a life insurance company under actuarial function. I know not many of you know what actuarial really is, but actuarial works involve financial analysis and risk management. Actuary use data, statistics, and mathematics to analyze the potential risk event, have the company mitigate those risks, as well as strengthening the financial well-being of the company. So I have worked with Prudential under this function for more than 7 years. And currently I am leading a product pricing team at Prudential, which my team and I are responsible for designing the feature of the product, analyzing the cost and risk associated with the product, and setting the price to ensure that the product's financial profitability is reasonable and while the product still remain competitive compared to other products in the market. So you can see that actually is very finance focused. So the finance major that I have learned from UC has helped me a lot to develop my career, especially by helping me in interpreting and explaining the financial performance, providing me with problem solving skill and decision making skill by using financial data. But the most interesting thing is, while I am working at Prudential, I have met and worked with other colleges who were also UC graduates. And I also met other UC graduates who work in other big companies as well. But this is not actually surprising to me at all because I trust that UC students are competent and possess very strong skills that deserve good employment. And therefore, to be successful, I think it is important to choose the right major that fit the career that we want to pursue. We have to be ambitious, open to growth and development, and especially society changes all the time. So we have to be flexible, resilient, and adaptive to those changes. ជាចុងក្រោយនាងខ្ញុំសូមជូនពរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជួបតែភាពជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងជីវិតនៅក្នុងការងារក៏ដូចជានៅក្នុងការសិក្សា and stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So before we start off the Q&A session, please allow me to invite Ms. Chandrachana, Director, Office of Scholarships, and Ms. Gong Sukian, Director, Office of Admissions, Information and Registration, to specifically inform you the general information about the upcoming UCP scholarships. Thank you.
Nâng xong xóa cống một căn vệ sạc thâm mấy rồi bỏ sạc về lại Campuchia. Chỉ riêng rồi năm sạc về lại Campuchia, tay tệp đó là hai bộ con mùi rồi thị rối, chun ổn ổn sạc nốt sạc, cột đôi chia này sạch nám, tam đại diện ca prolong. Năm sạc thâm mấy này phong đái, sạc về lại Campuchia, nâng đó chun hai bộ con mùi rồi thị rối, nặng phạ đại nhà bát chùm nún pram rồi cần lái. ជូនបងប្អូនសិស្សនិស្សិតដែលមានបំណងចង់បន្តថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាការផ្តល់ជូននេះគឺបើកចំហដល់សាធារណជនទាំងអស់ដូចនេះសូមបងប្អូនសិស្សនិស្សិតអញ្ជើញរួបរวมមកដាក់ពាក្យនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាឲ្យបានទាន់ពេលវេលាការបរិច្ឆេទផុតទទួលពាក្យគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី18ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ2022រីឯការប្រឡងនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅនៅថ្ងៃទី22ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ2022សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមបងប្អូនសិស្សនិស្សិតអញ្ជើញមកសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាដោយផ្ទាល់ឬក៏ទំនាក់ទំនងលេខទូរស័ព្ទដែលមានដាក់នៅខាងលើសូមអរគុណ
Thanks, moderator, and good afternoon, everyone. So please allow me to share this section in Khmer. ជាបឋមសូមគោរពថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំគណៈសាស្ត្រាចារ្យវាគ្មិនអតីតនិស្សិតក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ដែលកំពុងតែតាមដាននៅក្នុងការ live ផ្ទាល់ពីកម្មវិធី Forum for Success នៅក្នុង webinar របស់យើងក៏ដូចជាតាមរយៈបណ្ដាញសង្គម Facebook page របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរអញ្ចឹងជាបន្តនេះខ្ញុំចាររចនាតំណាងឲ្យការិយាល័យអាហារូបករណ៍នៃសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានិងជម្រាបជូនព័ត៌មានពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍នៅក្នុងឆ្នាំសិក្សាឆ្នាំថ្មី 2021-2022 ផងដែរចានៅក្នុងការជម្រាបជូននេះគឺយើងមានតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍តាក់ទងជាមួយនឹង admission ក៏ដូចជាសាលានិងមហាវិទ្យាល័យផ្សេងៗដែលមាននៅក្នុងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាចាសម្រាប់ឆ្នាំសិក្សាថ្មី 2021-2022 នេះគឺសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផ្ដល់ជូនអាហារូបករណ៍ទាំងអស់ចំនួន 2,500 កន្លែងសំទោស 2,550 កន្លែងដែលនៅក្នុងនោះយើងបែងចែកចេញជាពីរប្រភេទទី1គឺជាអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពដែលផ្ដល់ជូនចំនួន 550 កន្លែងផងដែរចំពោះអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពនេះបងប្អូនទាំងអស់មានឱកាសទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍តាមរយៈការប្រឡងប្រជែងជាមួយនឹងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលប្រឡងជាប់និងទទួលបានការសិក្សាដោយឥតគិតថ្លៃរយៈពេល4ឆ្នាំគឺមួយកម្មវិធីសិក្សាតែម្ដងសម្រាប់ថ្នាក់បញ្ញាបត្រណាអញ្ចឹងជម្រាបជូនទៅដល់បងប្អូនក៏ដូចជាបងដែលគាត់មានសញ្ញាបត្របាក់ឌុបមធ្យមសិក្សាទុតិយភូមិនឹងមិនថាគាត់ប្រឡងចាប់ឆ្នាំណាទេឲ្យតែគាត់មានសញ្ញាបត្របាក់ឌុបហើយមិនទាន់បានបន្តការសិក្សាថ្នាក់ឧត្តមសិក្សានៅក្នុងសាលាឬក៏មហាវិទ្យាល័យណាមួយគឺគាត់មានសិទ្ធិនៅក្នុងការដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងជាមួយនឹងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាតែម្ដងអញ្ចឹងលើកទឹកចិត្តទៅដល់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលចង់បន្តការសិក្សាថ្នាក់ឧត្តមសិក្សាអាចចាប់ផ្ដើមទទួលពាក្យក៏ដូចជាដាក់ពាក្យនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាពីពេលនេះរហូតដល់ថ្ងៃទី18ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ2022សម្រាប់ការប្រឡងរបស់យើងនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅនៅថ្ងៃទី22ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ2022ហើយការប្រកាសលទ្ធផលនឹងផ្ដល់ជូននៅថ្ងៃទី25ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ2022សម្រាប់ការចូលរៀនវគ្គថ្មីរបស់យើងគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី7ខែមីនាឆ្នាំ2022ផងដែរអញ្ចឹងនេះគឺជាឱកាសដែលបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចបញ្ចេញសមត្ថភាពអាចប្រឡងប្រជែងយកអាហារូបករណ៍ក៏ដូចជាជួយសម្រួលទៅដល់គ្រួសាររបស់យើងពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងបញ្ហា COVID គឺឃើញថាមាននិស្សិតយើងមួយចំនួនក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សដែលគាត់កំពុងតែជួបបញ្ហាហិរញ្ញវត្ថុនៅក្នុងគ្រួសារណាអញ្ចឹងបើសិនបើយើងអាចទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍នេះមួយកន្លែងគឺជួយសម្រួលទៅដល់ក្រុមគ្រួសារក៏ដូចជាមោទនភាពទៅលើខ្លួនឯងមែនតើណាហើយសម្រាប់អាហារូបករណ៍ប្រភេទទី2របស់យើងនេះគឺជាអាហារូបករណ៍លើកទឹកចិត្តដែលបងប្អូនទាំងអស់នឹងទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍ 50% ទៅលើគ្រប់មុខជំនាញទាំងអស់សម្រាប់ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រណាសម្រាប់អាហារូបករណ៍មួយប្រភេទនេះគឺមិនឆ្លងកាត់ការប្រឡងអ្វីទាំងអស់បងប្អូនមកទទួលពាក្យមកបំពេញព័ត៌មានដាក់ពាក្យនិងទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍នេះភ្ជាប់ជាមួយតែម្ដងអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍នៃសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាលើកទឹកចិត្តឲ្យបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាតាមដានតាមរយៈ website របស់សាលា Facebook page ឬក៏ការប្រកាសផ្សេងៗពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍របស់យើងហើយឥឡូវហ្នឹងគឺយើងបានទទួលព័ត៌មានពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ហើយចង់ដឹងថាតើការដាក់ពាក្យទទួលពាក្យក៏ដូចជាការសិក្សានៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាមានលក្ខណៈបែបណាអញ្ចឹងជួបជាមួយបន្តជាមួយនឹងបងសុខៀមផងដែរចា៎ជំរាបសួរអូខេ sorry អូខេអរគុណមករចនាហើយជាដំបូងនាងខ្ញុំសូមគោរពអាដាមមនិតកែកំពួនព្រឹទ្ធបរិះរងសាស្ត្រាចារ្យវិក្កាមិនទាំងអស់ដែលមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះហើយក៏សួស្តីដល់បងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សទាំងអស់ដែលកំពុងតែចូលរួមនៅទីនេះផ្ទាល់ក៏ដូចជាកំពុងតែតាមដានតាមគេហទំព័រ Facebook page live របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានាងខ្ញុំនឹងសូមជម្រាបតាក់ទងទៅនឹងឯកសារភ្ជាប់ដើម្បីបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សទាំងអស់
ដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍នៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ឯកសារភ្ជាប់គឺយើងមិនមានច្រើនទេគឺយើងមានទី1បងប្អូនសូមភ្ជាប់មកជាមួយសញ្ញាបត្រមធ្យមសិក្សាទុតិយភូមិគឺសញ្ញាបត្រទី12របស់យើងហ្នឹងតែសូមបងប្អូនយកទៅបញ្ជាក់នៅសាលាខណ្ឌឬក៏សាលាស្រុករបស់បងប្អូនទើបយើងអាចប្រើប្រាស់បានហើយបន្តមកទៀតគឺអត្តសញ្ញាណប័ណ្ណឬក៏សុបត្តិបច្ចៈគណៈក៏បានដែរហើយបន្តមកទៀតគឺសូមបងប្អូនភ្ជាប់ជាមួយរូបថត4x6 ចំនួន4ស្លឹកនិងរូបថត3x4 ចំនួន2ស្លឹកចា៎ next អូខេអញ្ចឹងសួរថាតើសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានឹងផ្ដល់អាហារូបករណ៍ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រហ្នឹងទៅលើជំនាញអីគេខ្លះទៅលើមហាវិទ្យាល័យណាខ្លះអញ្ចឹងនាងខ្ញុំនឹងជំរាបជូនបន្ទាប់នេះអញ្ចឹងនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺយើងមានមហាវិទ្យាល័យចំនួន6និងសាលាចំនួន4ចា៎ next ទី1មហាវិទ្យាល័យទី1គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យសិល្បៈនិងមនុស្សសាស្ត្រដែលនៅក្នុងនោះយើងមានចំនួន6មុខជំនាញដែលបងប្អូនអាចជ្រើសរើសប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពនេះបានហើយនេះខ្ញុំជំរាបជូនត្រួសមានមុខជំនាញសង្គមវិទ្យាជំនាញនរវិទ្យាការងារសង្គមចិត្តវិទ្យាការសិក្សាពី PhD និងការសិក្សាពីអាមេរិកកាំងអញ្ចឹងបើបងប្អូនចាប់អារម្មណ៍មហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះជំនាញនេះបងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញដាក់ពាក្យបាននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាមហាវិទ្យាល័យទី2គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រនិងបច្ចេកវិទ្យាមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះគឺបងប្អូនអាចចាប់អារម្មណ៍ទៅលើ IT វិទ្យាសាស្ត្រកុំព្យូទ័រឬក៏អេឡិចត្រូនិកអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញដាក់ពាក្យនៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះបានចា៎មហាវិទ្យាល័យទី3មហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់ចា៎មហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់យើងមានមុខជំនាញចំនួន3សុំទោសមហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់មហាវិទ្យាល័យអប់រំសុំទោសណាយើងមានជំនាញចំនួន3គឺវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រអប់រំរដ្ឋបាលអប់រំការរៀបចំកម្មវិធីសិក្សានិងការបង្រៀនចា៎ទី4មហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់នេះមហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់នេះយើងមានមុខវិជ្ជាទាំងអស់ចំនួន4គឺនីតិសាស្ត្រនីតិអន្តរជាតិនីតិឯកជននិងនីតិសាធារណៈសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលឆ្លាញ់ជំនាញច្បាប់ក៏បងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងយកអាហារូបករណ៍បានដែរបើបងប្អូនប្រឡងជាប់គឺយើងផ្ដល់ជូនពេញរយៈពេល4ឆ្នាំសម្រាប់បញ្ញាបត្រចា៎បន្ទាប់គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រសង្គមនាងខ្ញុំក៏ជាអតីតសិស្សនៅក្នុងមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះដែរនាងខ្ញុំជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិអញ្ចឹងនៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះយើងមានជំនាញប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រនយោបាយទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិការសិក្សាពីសន្តិភាពគោលនយោបាយសាធារណៈរដ្ឋបាលសាធារណៈនិងការសិក្សាពីអាស៊ីអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនអាចមើលបានឆ្លាញ់មួយណាអាចដាក់មួយនឹងបានចា៎សូមបន្ទាប់អូខេចូលមហាវិទ្យាល័យបន្ទាប់គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យសារព័ត៌មាននិងគមនាគមន៍នៅក្នុងនេះគឺយើងមានជំនាញចំនួន4ផ្ដល់ជូនបងប្អូនគឺមុខជំនាញសិល្បៈនិងការសិក្សាអំពីព័ត៌មានជំនាញសារព័ត៌មានគមនាគមន៍រូបភាពនិងការសិក្សាអំពីគមនាគមន៍សម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលមានបំណងចង់ខ្លាយទៅជាពិធីករអាជីពពិធីការនីអាជីពអ្នកកាត់តរូបភាពអ្នកយកបទការបទយកការព័ត៌មានផ្សេងៗគឺបងប្អូនអាចដាក់ពាក្យរៀននៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះបានចា៎សូម next អូខេបន្ទាប់ចូលមកសាលាម្ដងគឺសាលាភាសាបរទេសនៅនេះគឺយើងមានភាសាច្រើនជាមានភាសាអង់គ្លេសភាសាចិនភាសាបារាំងជប៉ុនកូរ៉េចឹងបងប្អូនដែលឆ្លាញ់ភាសាបងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងនៅសាលាភាសាបរទេសនេះបានគឺយើងបើកទាំងអស់គ្រប់ភាសាចា៎ហើយបន្ទាប់គឺយើងមានសាលាសិល្បៈនិងច្នៃប្រឌិតដែរសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលចង់ក្លាយខ្លួនទៅជាសិល្បករសិល្បករនីផ្នែកតន្ត្រីចម្រៀងរបាំឬសម្ដែងបងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញមកសិក្សានៅក្នុងមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះបានយើងមានជំនាញខាងចម្រៀងខាងរបាំនិងខាងសម្ដែងដែលយើងហៅថាសិល្បៈល្ខោននាដកម្មចា next អូខេបន្តមកទៀតគឺសាលាពាណិជ្ជសាស្ត្រ Tony Fernandez គឺយើងមានជំនាញច្រើនយើងមានទាំងបញ្ញាបត្ររងបរិញ្ញាបត្រជាន់ខ្ពស់ក៏ដូចជាថ្នាក់បណ្ឌិតដែរនាងខ្ញុំជំរាបជូនទូព្រោះជំនាញច្រើនអញ្ចឹងយើងមានគណនេយ្យយើងមានសេដ្ឋកិច្ចហិរញ្ញវត្ថុទីផ្សារគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មសេដ្ឋកិច្ចទេសចរជាដើមចា៎ចុងក្រោយគឺយើងសាលាតេជោសែនកិច្ចការរដ្ឋាភិបាលនិងទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិនៅក្នុងសាលាតេជោសែននេះគឺយើងមិនមានបើកថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រទេគឺយើងបើកតែទៅលើថ្នាក់អនុបណ្ឌិតនិងបណ្ឌិតតែប៉ុណ្ណោះដោយបងស្រីច័ន្ទរចនាគាត់បានជំរាបជូនខាងដើម ក្រៅពីអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% សម្រាប់ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្របងដែលមានបំណងចង់បន្តថ្នាក់អនុបណ្ឌិតថ្នាក់បណ្ឌិតនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាគឺយើងមានអាហារូបករណ៍លើកទឹកចិត្ត 50% បងអាចអញ្ជើញមកដាក់ពាក្យបានហើយបរិយាកាសថ្មីរបស់យើងគឺចាប់ផ្ដើមពីនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃទី3មករាហើយនឹងមួយទៀតគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី7ខែមិនិនាចា៎អូខេចឹងសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ក៏ដូចជា 50% បងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញចូលទៅគេហទំព័ររបស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាឬក៏ website ឬក៏ទំនាក់ទំនងទៅកាន់ Telegram នេះផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងអាចប្រឹក្សាយោបល់បន្ថែមទៅលើអាហារូបករណ៍ក៏ដូចជាជំនាញផ្សេងៗដែលមាននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាហើយនឹងខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ជាក់បន្ថែមទៀតថានៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺយើងមានកម្មវិធីសិក្សា2កម្មវិធីសិក្សាជាតិជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងកម្មវិធីសិក្សាអន្តរជាតិជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសមានន័យថា program ភាសាខ្មែរគឺយើងអាចនឹងប្រើប្រាស់ភាសាខ្មែរក្នុងការបង្រៀនមួយទៀតកម្មវិធីសិក្សាភាសាអង់គ្លេសបងប្អូនដែលជ្រើសរើស program អង់គ្លេសគឺយើងនឹងបង្រៀនជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដែលប្រើប្រាស់ភាសាអង់គ្លេសគោលក្នុងការបង្រៀនក៏ដូចជាការរៀន research អីផ្សេងៗគឺយើងប្រើប្រាស់ជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនមុននឹងសម្រេចចិត្តថាគួរជ្រើសរើសជំនាញអីកម្មវិធីសិក្សាខ្មែរឬក៏អង់គ្លេសអាចអញ្ជើញមកសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាទទួលយកការប្រឹក្សាពីព្រឹទ្ធបរិះរងក៏ដូចជាបុគ្គលិកនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាជៀសវាងបងប្អូនរើសជំនាញហើយខុសអញ្ចឹងអរគុណច្រើន
អូខេអរគុណច្រើនមែនទែនបងរចនាបងសុខៀងដែលបានចែកម្លែកទៅលើព័ត៌មានអាហារូបករណ៍សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាអញ្ចឹងព័ត៌មាននេះខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមដូចគ្នាដែរថាសិស្សានុសិស្សយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាជាពិសេសអូនដែលកំពុងតែរៀនទី12សង្ឃឹមតែប្រឡងឲ្យជាប់ហើយមករៀននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាយើងជួបពួកបងអូខេបាទអញ្ចឹងឥឡូវនេះយើងមកដល់ the Q&A session ហើយខ្ញុំមួយច្រើនមែនតើខ្ញុំត្រូវសួរទៅដល់guest speaker យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមទៅដំបូងគេបំផុតគឺ Pina មានកូនសម្ម្នាក់គាត់ចង់សួរណៃថា can you pick one source of stress based on your presentation then share here what was the most challenging one and how did you overcome it
Oh yes thank you for the question well I already I have mentioned the causes of student stress such as the causes from school, homework, transition, relationship, and work. So the most challenge one for me, yes, all as the stress that I have met, but the most challenge one for me is I choose work. Since as you know, I'm a student and also an employee. Yes, well, so it is sometimes very stressful for me to separate two lives at the same time. So my personal tips is first I have a clear schedule. So I have set so what time I need to do the assignment that providing from the university or what time that I need to do the task that provide from my workplace. So you need to clear with your schedule and set up your schedule to be easy for you to follow effectively. Well, and one more thing for me is, as I mentioned, for this solution to get out of stress is important is your time to sleep. If you should, for me, I always have not always. I usually have take enough sleep. So it is when I have enough sleep, it is when I get up, it really refresh my feelings so that I can think about anything more faster. Another way is about giving myself a time. For example, like you may have heard that work hard and play hard. So I study hard and I also work. So I need to give myself a time to relax and like I can hanging out with my friends or chatting with them, talk something fun or yes, this is of my personal tips. Thank you, Bob.
Okay, okay, Pina, thank you so much. The up next គាត់ចង់សួរទៅ Moni គាត់ចង់សួរថា can you share your experiences during the online classes? How do you prepare for lessons and exam?
Thank you, Mong, for your questions. Regarding this question on online class, it was a difficult moment to deal with online class and assignment, and it's hard to communicate within the classmate. But I think in online class at UC for the past 2 years, it's more intense and a bit more difficult than in physical class. That the reason is that, as I remembered, we do not have an exam, but instead we have a research special assignment. So we have a lot of works to do, conducting research for major assignment, for midterm exam, for a final exam, all about research. So this is one way I can master my research skill during online class at UC. And for each course or each lessons, I always prepare in advance by trying to read the lessons that teacher prepare for us, our lecturer prepare for us, and then trying to ask or prepare question to ask our lecturer during the online class. So I always question myself, what are the questions should I ask to my lecturer when we enter into the class? So when I have prepared my questions in advance, it helps me to be more active inside the class. And when I'm trying to eager to learn more or ask questions to get more ideas, I tend to be more focused during online class. So the main important point is that you need to be more proactive. And by being proactive in online class, I encourage you to prepare your questions to ask your lecturer. This is my own personal experience during online class at UC. Thank you, Mong. This is all from my answer.
បាទអរគុណច្រើន Moni អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមសួរទៅដល់ third speaker គាត់សួរថា how do you measure your success? Is it only having degree can be considered as successful individual? អញ្ចឹងបងរតបងអាចចាប់ផ្ដើម share ពីយោបល់បងទៅកាន់សិស្សានុសិស្សយើងបានណាបងអាចអញ្ជើញបាន
Thank you so much, my moderator, and thank you so much, everyone, for letting me speak again, answering the questions. Yes, the question regarding the degrees. Yes, having degree, is it successful or not? Can be successful or not? My answer is can and cannot. So why? Let me write some examples for the government teachers in my high school. Some of them, they just finished their high school and then they pass the exam to become a teacher. They stop studying. Because of what? Because they have their goal. Their goal is only to become a teacher, just to finish high school and then become like primary school teacher and secondary school teacher, and they stop studying. So in this point, I mean only a high school degree can measure their success. However, if you want to become a high school teacher, to be trained at NIE, the National Institute of Education, you have to finish at least bachelor degree and then get exam. So a degree can measure your success for this point. And for me, I can say my measure cannot measure your success, and yours cannot measure mine. So why? Some people just say, I am a successful person. Yeah, and I accept that. In fact, I just want to become a secondary school teacher. And I passed the exam to be a secondary school teacher in 2010, 11 years ago. So that time I was successful already. And why do I still need degree? So if compared to my career, my degree now cannot measure my success, but it is my intention, my feeling. I measure my success when I study bachelor degree, and then I can get a degree. It is a successful for me. I have a lot of knowledge from learning, and then I move to other degrees. It is success for me. But for some people, they are different, because different people, they have different goals. So the success is the final point of their goal. And so comparing to me, I am already successful. And why I still study? As I already told you in my presentation, it is my lifelong learning. I will learn until the end of my life. So I still need to learn. And also, as I am a government teacher, when I pass like a scholarship to study, for example, if I go to study abroad, my salary is still the same, and I have allowance. So I can stop working and then studying and still have a salary. Yeah. So that's why I just continue learning. Yeah. To sum up, degree can measure your success, and degree cannot measure your success. It is based on the final goal that you aim for yourself. But nowadays, most people prefer to have degree. Even the ministry at even the staff at the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport, and now they are learning in order to get degree. And why? Because they want to secure their position. They already successful, but they still learn because degree can add to your success and can secure your success, can secure your position. If you don't have the degree as the requirement, somehow you can be I can say can be kicked away from that position. Yeah. So thank you. This is my answer.
បាទអរគុណច្រើនបងរតសម្រាប់ការចែកម្លែកគំនិតរបស់បងផងទូទៅទៅដល់និស្សិតយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងបន្តមកទៀតខ្ញុំសូមគ្រប់អញ្ជើញបងរ៉ាមគេចង់សួរបងឯងថា in your experience what is the biggest challenge in applying those organizational ethics that you have just raised during your presentation?
Yeah, thank you, brothers, and thanks for audience who drops these kinds of questions. The really important question, and both parts of we are now employees, we are employee. We face we say one day from day to day, from month to month, we face a lot of problem. When we commit ourselves, we have internal powerful, but when we apply our knowledge, our competence, and our experience in a company organization from 10 years now, for my working experience, it is common for me that I face the challenge what I have raised. Example, I mostly face with like kind of motivation. I keep staying proactive. I commit myself to an organization, in a company. I have to complete my job descriptions well, and also go beyond what the company needs my assistance. The things sometimes it is affected by lack of motivation. So if an environment in a company or an organization lack of motivation, motivated by entrepreneurs, motivated by our supervisors, lack of motivation by our colleagues, it is affected. That is my challenge. Sometimes I lose my commitments, a shortfall because of no motivation. So the motivation here, so sometimes it's just a word, sometimes just appraisal, sometimes just we say annual evaluations. We promote our positions, promote our salary rate. So this is kind of question. Like example, when I was working in a few years ago, I lost motivation because of I just stay in the same position that I trust my best. I evaluate myself as this year I've been promoted to upper level, my salary. If not, so lost. This is a challenge. There's a problem I face. And one more. Technologies right now, it is also a challenge I'm applying in an organization, especially I am facing a challenge we say my competence, my skills in the ICT's knowledge as well, because now we are operating mostly 2 years recently. We are working online and we use all kinds of online base. So if sometimes I try to update, try to learn from the ways to, like example, manage a system through online. So my commitments are affected by ICT as well. Why? We willing to do, but we cannot because of everything produced by online. So ICT is also affects to me as well. And at the same time, I also used to face communication. I mean communication here. It's not. I'm not referring to the informal communication or connection. I refer to we commute our job, our message from one to one. Sometimes we lack of kinds of communication. That's why, example, we have a project. We do individually our responsibilities, but we rarely meet together. Especially for now, we are keeping distancing. So communications we get getting lost. You want or not, but you are facing with loss of communication, especially for the ones who are poor in ICTs. So it's hard. Example, we send a message to invite invitation. They don't know how to receive. This is the kinds of we are facing as well. And last but not least, I would like to say employee recognition. This is a kind of part affects to the employee as well. A short, easy, simply to understand the kinds of a challenge the employee recognition. I complete the job. Example, a company complete the job. We don't get any appraisal like thank you, good job, well done. This kind, I think, working in organization, some colleagues, some we say manager or investor or entrepreneur, they don't use this kinds of habit like recognize what we have completed. They just something if we complete, they ignore it, and kinds of I used to meet these kinds as well. But my final message is whatever we join the organization. So this is commonly happen in a workplace. That is, we face anywhere we can go. Sometimes we have conflict as well. But the thing you have to do, I would like to share that I was doing and now I'm doing. Whatever you do it. If someone else don't know what you do, but you know yourself, you compete full and solve to work for the company. That is a kind of success, like first brother Sariro said, success like this. I also it is connected to the previous question as well. I can say a little bit. The success you can measure by yourself, recognize by yourself for success. Sometimes you get success, but your friends, the rest, they don't know what you get success. They blame on your work, your task, but you say, "Oh, I am success." So this you build your healthy mentality, so that it thinks. And one more, some success recognized by your colleagues, recognized by the nationwide, that it thinks success. A short one, you complete a task by a target. You complete, you achieve what you want. This is a success. And whatever you have to keep your high cooperation and collaboration, work, help each other. Even though you are working under the pressure, you're working under the poor or lack of motivation, but you still keep it good relationship. And focus on your vision. You have to have a plan in your futures, like some people. So like I really get interested with the model of Brother Sarirot. He's get a high vision from step to step. So one quote they say, you have to remember, success is not final, failure is not fatal. So that means when you get success for your degree, you finish, you graduate from your bachelor degree, you get the success. This is one step, and next steps you have to go on. So success is not final. It is a journey to work until you die. Thank you, President.
Thank you so much, Mo. That's why we conduct this Forum for Success under the theme of sustainable success and its long-term impact. If success is not a final product, and if failure is not fatal, and then we have to sustain it. That's the spot.
Sure.
I feel like someone has been missing. Is she here? Hello, Momolika, are you here? Where's your echo? Because I want to challenge her.
I'm here. You can challenge anything.
Right, so I want to challenge you to answer the same question as what Bong Sarirot did. Okay, so the question is, how do you measure your success? Is it only having a degree can be considered as successful individual?
Thank you for the question. I think I really like this question, and of course I also listened to what Bong Ram said earlier, and I completely agree with him as well on this point. So in my own definition of success, like I also mentioned in the morning, so success, I mean everyone has different definition of success. I also have different definition of success in my own terms. So success to me means I do what I like and I enjoy what I'm doing, while at the same time I am giving value and respect to other people. So this is my definition of success. So if I look back to my experience itself, so I like working with numbers. I like analyzing the data. I like making decisions based on numbers. I like doing pro and con, weighting the cost and benefit by using the numbers. So and that's why I choose finance. And because I enjoy what I'm doing, because I study what I like and enjoy what I'm doing, then I keep myself motivation until the end, until I graduate. So I mean, it's only when until you do what I like, until you do what you like, that would make would make your journey, would make that sustainable. Because if you don't do what you like, at the end of the day, you may feel bored, or you may question yourself at some point, or you may lack self-motivation at some point in the time. So then you may regret your life, and that is not called sustainable success. And another things I can share, I also like being competitive. I like learning new things. I like being open to growth and development. And that's why while I was studying at UC, besides studying, I also joining other competitions. For example, debate competitions, or kind of other presentation or speaking competition. So there are times that I lost, there are times that I won, but it doesn't matter because I do what I like, right? Because while I am joining those competitions, I have learned a lot of things. I have learned new skills. I have met a lot of people. I have exchanged more skill and knowledge with them. So simply, I even though I lost the competition, I still count it as a success because I do things that I like and I learned a lot of things from it. So so I think even, and come back to your question, like even though we have 1 degree, 2 degree, or even we have no degree at all, it doesn't mean you are not successful in life. Because the definition of success is different from one another, because everyone living in different conditions, everyone having different goal, everyone is facing different circumstances. So we cannot we cannot judge individual as successful or not by having the degree or not. But anyway, of course, when you have degree, yes, it's great. It could it could also lift you to another level, or earn more respect from other people. But it doesn't mean that you don't earn respect when you don't, because respect comes from several factors. And whether whether how do you measure your success is very subjective, right? There are people who measure their success by looking at how much money they have in their bank account, right? Or there are people who measure their success by looking at how many cars, how many houses, how many land titles do they have. But that is not it, right? Having cars, having houses, having lands or title, people who don't have those houses, let's just say I only have 1 house. There are people who have 2 houses. It doesn't mean I'm not successful in life. So don't give up hope, and keep moving in your life, in your journey, and don't lose hope just because you are working. You are doing the same thing with other people, but you have 1 house less than other people, right? And then you use that as the quota, and then you feel like you are not successful. Then that is not how you measure your success, right? Because you have to look from your perspective, look at your own circumstances, and make sure whether you achieve what you want, you achieve your goal or not. And actually, because I'm on speaking as well, because after my video, there is one audience who directly sent a messenger to me and also chat to me because she want to know more about finance. So actually, I'm really grateful for her that she directly talked to me and then want to know more information about finance. And of course, when I'm going back, I will share more to her on about finance. But of course, if anyone want to know more about finance or other stuff from me, yeah, feel free to chat or messenger to me as well. So I'm willing to share what I have. Thank you.
Okay, Bon, thank you. Challenge accepted. Bon, I think this question is really important for the whole session, both in the morning and in the afternoon. So would you please kindly share some advice on how success could be sustained?
Yeah, so I think I could share the 10 things. So first of all, you do what you like, right? And that is one of the things that you keep yourself motivation to continue your goal. And of course, on the journey to your success, it is not easy. You will face obstacle, and especially you will face and there will be a lot of anxiety or stress. I think our speaker also mentioned about this. There's a lot of pressure, especially, and like I myself, I work in the company, I face a lot of pressure. There's a lot of KPIs, or I mean the objectives that I have to achieve. And of course, I will get fired if I cannot achieve what the boss I mean set for me. So then so in this journey, it's not easy at all. That's why you have to view your pressure positively. I mean, by viewing your pressure positively, it means you have to deal with it. You have to break down your pressure, or share your pressure with your team, or even work in a way that to handle your pressure. And of course, stress, of course, you have to handle the stress as well. Stress is not always bad. Actually, I mean, of course, stress is bad, but everything has advantages and disadvantages. But if you handle it well, it will bring you advantages, right? Because when you have no stress, it means you don't go beyond yourself. You are still in the comfort zone. But if you have stress, you will stretch yourself a bit further, and you will shape yourself a bit further to overcome your stress, and to go beyond, to go farther, right? So but this so simply do what you like, keep developing yourself, keep learn. I mean, be open mind to learn new things. Like Mr. Sarawak mentioned, it is a lifelong learning. So keep learning, keep improving yourself, because society changes all the time. If you don't improve, if you don't update yourself based on society, then you cannot catch up. And this is and handle stress and anxiety at the same time. So I think this is the way you can make your success sustainable. Thank you.
We're having a lot of homework from Miss Malika. Okay. You're giving me more chikabal. អរគុណបង Malika មែនតើតាំងពីផឹកតាំងថ្ងៃបងចូលរួមហើយខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ចូលចិត្តនៅអ្វីដែលមកឲ្យ share ជា personal experience ឲ្យពួកខ្ញុំក្មេងៗជំនាន់ក្រោយ staff is really inspiring. Yes, thank you. អញ្ចឹងបន្តមកទៀតខ្ញុំសូមសួរសំណួរទៅបងរចនាឬក៏បងសុខៀងមួយណែក៏បានដែរបងអាចអញ្ជើញបកស្រាយទៅលើសំណួរដែលកូនសិស្សគាត់សួរថាបងការប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍មានមុខវិជ្ជាអីគេខ្លះ
អរគុណប្រសិទ្ធអរគុណសម្រាប់សំណួរថាតើការប្រឡងយើងនឹងមានមុខវិជ្ជាអីខ្លះអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលគាត់ចាប់អារម្មណ៍ក៏ដូចជាចង់ដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងអ្វីដែលយើងត្រូវត្រៀមគឺចំណេះដឹងទូទៅនិងភាសាអង់គ្លេសយើងមានតែវិញ្ញាសាពីរហ្នឹងឯងដែលបងប្អូនអាចត្រៀមបានហើយបើសួរបងថាវិញ្ញាសាចេញពីបងគាត់ដឹងដែរតែគាត់ដឹងថាជាចំណេះដឹងទូទៅអញ្ចឹងវាអាចពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងបាក់ឌុបវប្បធម៌ទូទៅឬក៏ព័ត៌មានទូទៅដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងស្ថានភាពសង្គមជាក់ស្ដែងហ្នឹងគឺជាអ្វីដែលយើងអាចត្រៀមបានណាចាអរគុណច្រើន
Okay អធិស្ឋានអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា technical error បងខ្ញុំមានសំណួរមួយទៀតគាត់បានសួរថាតើអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% នេះមានរយៈពេលប៉ុន្មានឆ្នាំ
អរគុណសម្រាប់សំណួរពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% នេះគឺយើងផ្ដល់ជូនសម្រាប់សាកបញ្ញាបត្ររយៈពេល 4 ឆ្នាំនៃការសិក្សារបស់យើងពេញមួយចប់កម្មវិធីបញ្ញាបត្រតែម្ដងអញ្ចឹងក្នុងករណីប្រសិនបើបងប្អូនទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍បងប្អូនត្រូវគ្រប់តាមគោលការណ៍នៃអាហារូបករណ៍ជាក់ស្ដែងដូចជាគេហៅថាការវិភាគនៅក្នុងការសិក្សារយៈពេល 4 ឆ្នាំវត្តមាននៅក្នុងការសិក្សាក្នុងមួយថឺមរបស់យើងនោះយ៉ាងតិចបំផុតឲ្យបាន 75% នៃវត្តមានក្នុងថ្នាក់ក៏ដូចជាពិន្ទុ GPA របស់យើងជាមធ្យមយ៉ាងហោចណាស់ឲ្យបាន 2.5 ដើម្បីរក្សាអាហារូបករណ៍ក៏ដូចជាពេលវេលាលក្ខខណ្ឌ 3 ហ្នឹងយើងត្រូវតែគ្រប់ទាំង 3 អញ្ចឹងបើសិនបើក្នុងពេលជាក់ស្ដែងអូនមានបញ្ហានៅក្នុងការសិក្សាណាមួយ អូនត្រូវមកការិយាល័យអាហារូបករណ៍ដើម្បីប្រឹក្សាជាមួយនឹងក្រុមការងាររបស់បងតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងការសិក្សារបស់យើងជៀសវាងនៅគេហៅថាការភ័ន្តច្រឡំឬក៏ការឆ្លោះឆ្លួយណាមួយដែលប៉ះពាល់ទៅដល់ការសិក្សាក៏ដូចជាអាហារូបករណ៍ផងដែរណា
Whether the exam is
My desktop is here.
oh, so you can ask either now or something. If the exam is face to face.
អធិស្ឋានដោយសារតែ moderator computer error បន្តិចអញ្ចឹង and ខ្ញុំសូមឆ្លើយសំណួរមានកូនសិស្សគាត់សួរពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងសួរថាតើការប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ហ្នឹងយើងប្រឡងផ្ទាល់ឬក៏ប្រឡងតាមអនឡាញអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់សំណួរនេះខ្ញុំសូមឆ្លើយថាយើងប្រហែលជាអាចប្រឡងនៅសាលាផ្ទាល់ច្រើនជាងដោយសារតែបច្ចុប្បន្នហ្នឹងគឺយើងអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យសាលាមហាវិទ្យាល័យមួយចំនួនគឺពួកគាត់បើកឲ្យកូនសិស្សមករៀននៅសាលាផ្ទាល់ហើយអញ្ចឹងខាងសាលាក៏ដូចជាសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាសង្ឃឹមថាយើងនឹងអាចរៀបចំកម្មវិធីប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍នាពេលខាងមុខហ្នឹងនៅសាលាផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងប៉ុន្តែសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាសូមរក្សាសិទ្ធិកែប្រែបើសិនជាស្ថានភាពរបស់យើងនាពេលខាងមុខមានការកែប្រែដូចគ្នាចា៎
បងជាស្រ័យអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំមានសំណួរពីនិស្សិតយើងគាត់បានសួរថាចាប់បាក់ដប់យូរហើយដាក់ពាក្យបានអត់
ចាអរគុណសម្រាប់សំណួរអរគុណសំណួរល្អចាប់បាក់ដប់យូរហើយដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងបានអត់ព្រោះជាក់ស្ដែងទៅខាងការិយាល័យអាហារូបករណ៍គឺទទួលបានសំណួរមួយនឹងច្រើនមែនតើអញ្ចឹងដូចនាងខ្ញុំបានបញ្ជាក់នៅក្នុង present របស់នាងខ្ញុំវគ្គមុនអញ្ចឹងណាសម្រាប់អាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពឆ្នាំ2021-22នេះសិស្សានុសិស្សទាំងអស់ឲ្យតែគាត់មានសញ្ញាបត្របាក់ឌុបគាត់ប្រឡងចប់ឆ្នាំណាចប់ទៅឲ្យតែគាត់មានសញ្ញាបត្របាក់ឌុបហើយមិនទាន់បានបន្តការសិក្សាថ្នាក់ឧត្តមសិក្សានៅក្នុងសាលាឬក៏មហាវិទ្យាល័យណាមួយគាត់អាចដាក់ពាក្យបានអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់សំណួរដែលគាត់សួរថាចប់បាក់ឌុបយូរហើយដាក់ពាក្យបានអត់ចឹងខ្ញុំជឿថាអ្នកសួរហ្នឹងគឺគាត់ចប់បាក់ឌុបយូរហើយគាត់ចប់បាក់ឌុបឆ្នាំណាខ្ញុំអត់ដឹងទេប៉ុន្តែចង់បញ្ជាក់ថាសូមលើកទឹកចិត្តសម្រាប់ការចូលរួមព្រោះថានេះគឺជាឱកាសអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលយើងប្រឡងជាប់យើងនឹងសិក្សាដោយឥតបង់ថ្លៃរយៈពេល4ឆ្នាំយើងអាចបំពេញក្តីស្រមៃរបស់យើងដល់ការចង់បន្តថ្នាក់ឧត្តមសិក្សាអញ្ចឹងណាទី1ទី2ខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថាសម័យខ្លួននឹងអាចត្រៀមលក្ខណៈឲ្យបានល្អប្រសើរសម្រាប់ការប្រឡងហ្នឹងព្រោះជាក់ស្ដែងទៅឥឡូវហ្នឹងយើងនៅដើមខែ12ហើយយើងប្រឡងនៅខែ2អញ្ចឹងយើងនៅសល់ពេលជាង2ខែនៅក្នុងការត្រៀមលក្ខណៈបើយល់ចំណុចនេះនឹងចង់បញ្ជាក់ថាអ្នកដែលចាប់បាក់ឌុបយូរហើយនឹងអាចថាគាត់មិនបានធ្វើការសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវដោយអ្នកដែលទៅចប់ថ្មីគេរៀនភ្លាមចប់ភ្លាមក្តៅអីចឹងគាត់នៅចាំបានច្រើនអីចឹងណាអ្នកដែលចប់មុនហើយអាចថាមិនបានគេហៅថាមិនបានធ្វើការស្រាវជ្រាវឬក៏ខ្វះខាតក្នុងចំណុចណាអញ្ចឹងយើងមានពេលទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងមានពេលស្មើគ្នារយៈពេលជាង2ខែនៅក្នុងការត្រៀមលក្ខណៈអញ្ចឹងត្រៀមលក្ខណៈទាំងអស់គ្នាទាំងអ្នកដែលទើបចប់បាក់ឌុបអ្នកដែលត្រៀមនឹងចប់បាក់ឌុបថ្មីសម្រាប់ចុងខែ12ហ្នឹងក៏ដូចជាអ្នកដែលចប់យូរហើយត្រៀមទាំងអស់គ្នាសម្រាប់ការប្រឡងហើយក៏អរគុណដែរសម្រាប់សំណួរមួយហ្នឹងព្រោះខ្ញុំជឿថាអ្នកដែលសួរហ្នឹងគឺគាត់ចង់ត្រឡប់មកការសិក្សាត្រឡប់មកសិក្សាវិញ back to school ណាមិនន័យថាគាត់ទុកចោលការសិក្សាយូរហើយឥឡូវគាត់ចង់មករៀនវិញអញ្ចឹងអរគុណដែលចង់ត្រឡប់មករៀនវិញហើយ UC ស្វាគមន៍អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាណាអរគុណច្រើន
បាទអរគុណច្រើនមករចនាអញ្ចឹងជាកម្មវិធីជាចុងក្រោយខ្ញុំសូមGina, you want to say a few words for our guest speaker?
You can hear me now? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry that I was muted a while ago. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, the afternoon session is already going to end. So we cannot just say thank you to our speakers, but we are offering them our a kind of certificate. Yeah, so it is our a kind of certificate that it shows, and you can also read there that we have this kind of recognition of your effort. And yeah, this certificate is given to our MC and our moderator, a very I can say that a very vibrant, very active, and he is really giving life to our forum since the morning until now, right? So, and yes, also in the morning and even in the afternoon, wow, our speakers challenging questions, and they really did not say, oh no, I don't know the answer, but rather they accepted the challenging questions and they gave the best answer. And also to our alumni that also staying with us from the morning until now, I'm so really happy that Malika gave her time in this forum, because I know she's busy. Her job is really not easy job, but she set this day, maybe ask for a permission or a day, a leave of absence, and showing to us, especially a kind of big thank you to our Excellency President Dr. Gao Kim Horn, because she has this full scholarship from UC. And without the scholarship from UC, I think she may still can achieve success, but being a scholar, full scholar from UC is a big reward, not only to her, but to her parents, to her family. You can also, listen from her video that she shared to us. But yeah, just a kind of say hi, hello, how are you? And then can you join us? And then yes, no hesitation. The answer was a big yes. And even she managed to be with us for the whole day. And yes, for our speakers, you represented your college or your school. So in this Forum for Success, yes, we heard from College of Education, we heard from College of Media and Communication, we heard from TSS, we heard from TFSB or Tony Fernandez School of Business, also School of Foreign Languages. Don't forget also the College of Social Sciences, College of Law. So all represented, right? And yes, it's a Forum for Success. This is our 6th, and for sure by next year we will have another one. And yeah, we will bring again very high profile students of UC, and that is to share their successes. And even College of Social Sciences, don't be sorry to yourself if you fail. Okay, that's part of our lives, but we need to stand up again and to achieve success. That's why the theme of our Forum for Success this year is about sustainable success and its long-term impact. But yes, we know lifelong learning is there, right? But yes, success is also in different level, right? And it depends on us, what we set for our goals, right? I may have a very simple goal and I can say that I am happy, right? But others may be having other goals that they may also claim that they are happy because they achieve it. So, but then at the end of the day, yes, what our speakers, Malikas, will share that it's up to you how you define your success. Yeah, how you can measure your success. It depends on you how you set your goals, right? So now, without delaying our closing, because after this is we'll have another closing remarks. But yes, the certificates already been shown. So this also our, okay, I don't know if you can see, but yes, claim this at the University of Cambodia anytime from Monday to Friday. Okay, it is to be given to you with photos, and of course we need to document everything. So once again, thank you so much to all our speakers and of course the volunteers. Once again, don't worry, we will celebrate later on, but don't forget we still have one task to do this year, and that is the Student Academic Leadership Conference very soon. So yes, Brezette, it's yours now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gina, and everyone. Thank you very much for your active participation. So according to our agenda, now we are running to the last session, which is the closing session. So I would like to invite Dr. Nyo Sunye, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, to deliver the closing remarks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Prasad, for your good and active MC, as always. So once again, I would like to say great thanks to our president, Dr. Cao Kum Huon, for great initiative on the 6th Forum for Success, and also VP Gina and VP Pai Ho as our vice presidents, and dean, associate deans, directors and deputy directors, and especially for the speakers who attended the whole day of our event today. So sharing successful experiences really reflect well on the next generation to learn from. That's why we do this event, for showing the successful cases from our alumni, as well as the current trend of the students who are doing the degrees at University of Cambodia. So, and we always alert that we offer the scholarships, because normally the University of Cambodia got recognized by providing thousands of scholarships to the outstanding students in pursuing for higher education levels. That's why the team has been, working hard to promote the peace scholarships to get all the students, the outstanding students. When the outstanding students coming in and learning at University of Cambodia, so the good human resources reflect our education within effective teaching and learning. So I just want to express my heartfelt on the speakers who have been, successful so far and spent their time to share the successful experiences, and also challenging with the questions from the respondents, from the students. And then that is good. That is good, because we can share, we can learn from each other in order to make our Cambodian community better and better for enhancing education system. Therefore, once again, I would like to say big thank you to all that attending in our event today, and wish you all good luck and stay safe. Thank you, President, please.
Thank you, everybody. So for this final moment, I would like to request everybody in this room to turn on your webcam, and we're going to have a screenshot all together. And Gina, you So are you guys ready for the final screenshot?